Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the Necrolords, and more specifically, we're going to take a look at all of the brand new Renown rewards that are coming to the game in Shadowlands. But before we get into that, guys, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to check me out streaming the Shadowlands beta or pre-patch every single day, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Right, so this is the final video in the series. If you haven't seen my Kyrian, Venthyr, or Night Fae ones, they are available on my channel, but I have done a video about all the other Covenants, and this is the final one, the Necrolords of Maldraxxus. And this was a highly requested video. You guys really wanted to see the Necrolords. I saved it to the last because there's some pretty great looking rewards from the Necrolords, and we're going to take a look at them in this video. But much like the other videos, we will do a quick rundown of what on earth is Renown and why is it so important in Shadowlands. So, Renown. There are 40 levels of Renown, and pretty much every level you will be getting some sort of reward. Some good, some not so good, but nonetheless you will be getting some rewards. Now, Renown caps weekly, similar to like the Rathian Cloak. We think it's 2 to 3 per week, and there is a catch-up system in place. Now, if you are keeping up with the Renown unlocks, there is several ways to obtain Renown. One is just bringing back anima to your sanctum. I think it's 1,000 anima. And another way is to go into the Maw and collect souls. And those are weekly quests which give Renown. And also, once you unlock parts of your Covenant campaign, that also awards Renown. But if you are to miss a couple weeks of Renown grind, it's not the end of the world. There is a system in place already for you to catch up, and essentially what that does is adds Renown rewards to things like PvP or PvE, dungeons, raids, etc. So really, you're never really going to fall behind on Renown. It's just going to take a while to get to that final level 40. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the Maldraxxus UI for the Renown, and we're going to take a look at all of the rewards, starting with number one. Number one is something that you get when you join the Necrolords. It just essentially says you're a part of the Covenant and you can do the first Covenant campaign. Level 2 is Deepening Bonds. This is a 2% increase to your stamina. Number 3 is a Soulbind upgrade to Maraleth, I think it is, and that accesses the third row of Soulbind traits. Essentially, Soulbind rows are locked to Renown, so the more Renown you have, the more unlocks you're going to have on specific Soulbinds. Number 4 is a Companion. This is Secuta Mevix, and essentially the Companion is for the mission table, the new revamped mission table. This is available for all the Covenants, and through Renown you will be gaining some of those followers. Renown level 5 will unlock the next chapter of the Necrolord campaign, and that is the House of Eyes. Renown 6 will be your first piece of Transmog, and now this is the standard of the Necrolords, and this is one of those 3D backs. Personally, this is not my favorite. I don't like it that much compared to some of the other Covenants, but this is the one you'll be obtaining at Renown level 6, and this is purchasable from the Renown vendor. It's essentially just a big stick on your back. Again, not the biggest fan of it, but I'm sure you can make it work, and that is at Renown level 6. Renown level 7 is a Soulbind upgrade to Emily, I think it is. I think it's how it's pronounced. And an upgrade to your unrated PvP item level. So your unrated PvP item level is locked to Renown, and unlocking Renown level 7 will give you the availability to upgrade your PvP items to rank 5. Renown level 8 is the next section of the Covenant campaign, and that is Grand Theft Necropolis. Renown 9 is another Soulbind upgrade to Maraleth. Level 10 is another upgrade to him, and an increase to your World Quest rewards. Now, World Quests obviously do give gear, but they also give conduits in the Shadowlands, which is super important. Some of your main conduits may very well come from World Quests, and now these Soulbinds do have an item level, so the higher you get your Renown, and the higher your item level is for World Quests, the higher the conduits you will be getting, and the higher item level, the better they are. So this is extremely important, not just for gear, but also for those important conduits for your Soulbinds. Renown level 11 is the Necrolord campaign, do not forget, and also the Necrolord Hearthstone. Now, this Hearthstone was absolutely amazing a couple builds ago, but it looks like recently they have nerfed it, and it's not quite as good as it used to be. It still does the same animation with that kind of Necrolordy green necrotic anima, but unfortunately, yeah, it's not quite as good. It used to have these giant spikes coming up from the floor when you did the cast, but unfortunately it doesn't happen anymore. So this is the Necrolord Hearthstone. It's not too bad. I guess it's, you know, it's a thematic Hearthstone that only a Necrolord can use. Renown level 12 is another companion for the mission table. Renown level 13 is the next chapter of the campaign, and that is a Golden Dawn and another upgrade to your Soulbind Emily. Renown 14 is a legendary power. This is purchasable from the Renown Quartermaster. If you are after some legendary powers, there is one available from Renown 14. Renown 15 is a Soul Keeper upgrade. Now this increases the amount of souls that you can bring back from the Maw. These are used as well as Anima to do Sanctum upgrades, which can upgrade various things, not player power related really, but it is great to get your Covenant Sanctum as upgraded as possible. Renown 16 is your first pieces of actual Transmog. This is the Wrists, Hands, and Waist, and we'll take a look at the full set in a bit, but this is the first time you'll be able to purchase some of these set pieces. Renown 17 is the next Covenant campaign for the Necrolords, and this is the Wages of Sin, and a brand new companion for the mission table. Renown 18 is another Soulbind upgrade. This is the 6th row of Soulbind traits. Renown 19 is Deepening Bond, and another upgrade to your World Quest rewards, so super important at level 19. Number 20 is the next chapter of the Covenant campaign, and this is the House of Rituals. 21 is another Soulbind upgrade for Marileth. 22 is the next chapter of the Necrolord campaign, and another upgrade to that unrated PvP item level up to a rank of 7, which is pretty good. 23 is your first mount, and this is the Plague Rot Toralis, and these mounts are absolutely amazing. In the game files, I believe they're called Giant Beast mounts, and there's a reason for that, because they are awesome. Now this is the non-elite version right here, as I said, the Plague Rot version of it, and I think it looks pretty great. I'm a big fan of the kind of mount special on this thing. It has 2 freaking tails, super undead, super necrotic, exactly what you expect from the Necrolords. And yeah, the elite version, you know, you're gonna get that later on, but this is the non-elite version. There is a few colors available through different means through the Necrolords, but this is the one you'll be attaining through Renown at level 23. 24 is another upgrade to the amount of souls you can bring back from the Maw. 20, another upgrade to your Soulbind. 26 is more of that Transmog, you get back, legs, and feet. 27 is another companion and a pet called Jiggles, which is one of those jelly cats. I love these little things, they're so cool. There is actually another achievement related to jelly cats, but this is the one you're going to be obtaining through your Renown. It's a great little pet, it's just obviously just a cat, but it's a jelly cat, you can see the bones, it's green, it's a cool pet. I'm a big fan of Jiggles, and that'll be available at Renown 27. Renown 28 is another upgrade to your Soulbind. 29 is another upgrade to your Soulbind. This is the 3rd Soulbind Hiermir, I think. That's, I don't know, I'm so bad with names, but that's it. And another upgrade to your World Quest rewards. Renown 30 is your final upgrade to Marileth. 31 is your final upgrade to Hiermir, or whatever you pronounce that. At Renown 32, this is an important one. Not only do you increase the amount of souls you can bring back from the Maw, but you also are now able to obtain the entire set of Transmog. Now these are the sets right here for the Necrolords. You have the cloth, leather, mail, and plate sets. I love these sets, I really do. I think some of the Necrolord sets are some of the best sets in the Shadowlands. The standout set for me personally is the leather set. I love that it just bubbles away and looks so gross. I guess that's kind of the point of it. Obviously the cloth set's really cool as well because you're meant to look like a lich. I love the cloth set as well, that it has these like glowing eyes like a Death Knight. I think that's such an amazing thing. And the mail set honestly isn't too bad minus the helm. And of course that plate set is just so freaking cool. And do you know what the best thing about that plate set is, guys? If you're a troll or even a Zandalari troll, those boots are boots. Yep, right there. Plate. Necrolord has boots for trolls and Zandalari trolls, and that's more than enough to go to the Necrolord. So these are the sets right here. Big fan of it. I love the color palette, and I love that it's uniform across the board, unlike some of the other Covenants. So those are the sets for the Necrolords. At Renown level 33, you'll get a companion called Plaguey. 34, you'll get the final row for Emily, and this, Osteo Wings, I think that is, Osteo Wings of the Necrolords. This is one of my favorite back pieces. If you ever watch the stream, I use this back piece all the time on my Necrolord characters. It's so bouncy, it's so silly, it's like a bony set of wings, which is just amazing, and it just bounces around, and it's just so wild, especially on the hunter because he uses, you know, disengage and things like that. It's a wonderful piece of art. This is obviously taking over the back piece. It's one of those 3D backs as I mentioned before, and that will be available at Renown 34. Renown 35 is another increase to your stamina of 2%. Renown 36 is the Illusion Unbreakable Resolve. Now this is a cool looking animation. This uses the Necrolord kind of green necrotic anima, as we mentioned before. Really cool. I think it's actually one of the better Covenant enchants as well. I'm a big fan of Unbreakable Resolve, and it really does highlight kind of the necrotic way of the Necrolord. So yeah, Renown 36, you'll be getting the Illusion Unbreakable Resolve. At Renown 37, you get the Arsenal of the Primus. Now, these are the weapons of the Necrolords. They look amazing. Don't get me wrong, they look absolutely amazing. The biggest issue I have, and this is an issue I had also with the Kyrians, is the fact that it's the wrong color palette. It really, really is. It's the wrong color palette to match the set. As you can see, it's kind of like the completely wrong color. The actual matching color palette is the mythic items from the raid. So really, you know, your average player isn't going to have a matching kind of set with their Covenant weapons. So that's such a shame. I don't know if it's a misstep on Blizzard's part or that was intentional, but I think it's such a mistake to do that. It sucks. Like, some of the other Covenants have like matching weapons and gear and they're going to look amazing. Then you get to the Necrolords or the Kyrian and you're going to have weapons and gear that don't match unless you're a Mythic Raider. You know, that's not exactly everyone, is it? So yeah, I think it's a shame, but the weapons, as I said, do look great. It's just a shame that they are the wrong color palette. Renown 38 is another companion. This is Rathan. 39 is the Armored Plague Rot Toralis. Love this mount. Obviously uses the same animations as the non-elite version, but it now has this super rugged kind of green metal plating all over it. It's the exact same color underneath as the non-elite version, but obviously this is the elite version with armor and spikes and everything that you'd expect from a Necrolord mount. And as I mentioned before, there are a couple of these available through the Necrolords, but this is the kind of greeny version, which will be available at Renown 39. And I love these Toralises, and I can't wait to see people running around on them who are members of the Necrolords. And finally, Renown 40 is the title Baron if you're a male or Baroness if you are a female. So this title does change depending on your gender, which I think is fantastic. Baron and Baroness, so go and think of some fun names right now that can match that. It'll be Baron names, so yeah, go think of some cool names. Baron and Baroness will be your final reward for the Necrolords at Renown level 40. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is all of the rewards available for Renown from the Necrolords. Let me know down below what you think of these rewards. As I said, I do really like the theming of the Necrolords, and I love the mounts, and I do love the gear as well. I think it's just overall just a really, really great Covenant. I think it's going to be one of the more popular ones when we get into Shadowlands very, very soon. And also I want to say thanks for checking out this series. It was super fun to make. Obviously, we'll be making a ton more videos in the run-up to Shadowlands, so please do subscribe to the channel. That'll be super appreciated. We're so close to 100,000 subs. We're at 97,000 right now. So we need 3 more thousand and we're 100,000 subs, which is absolutely insane. Thank you so much for the support. But guys, I want to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are amazing. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That'd be super appreciated. And I also have a partner Discord channel, and as I mentioned, I am now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming these Shadowlands beta, launch, pre-patch, all of that good stuff, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.